Hello, welcome back to Bioenergetics. My name is Devaraj. Today I want to cover a topic, an area of bioenergetics, but I haven't looked at extensively, and it is important to look at it, and that is the area of how do you close a session, for yourself, essentially, when you've been doing some bioenergetics. Maybe you've done a workout from this channel or something else, or you've been running through the bow and arch for a while, whatever, and you come to the end. What's a good way to close that? And because it's an important area. In fact, in many ways, some of the biggest release that comes from bioenergetics is in the closing. It's in the closing. Our tendency is to think, it's the actual posture, I'm in this posture, and that's where the release comes. And of course, that is true, but often what you see is that at the end of a series of postures, a deeper release also comes. So it's important to pay attention to how you close an exercise and to not kind of rush through that and just rush on with your day, but to make sure before you start you've got time to close something properly and to really make the most of it in that way. Because yes, you make the best of your time like that. And there's two basic approaches to closing, essentially. One is to simply relax. To simply relax, breathe and feel your body. Put your body in a position of relaxation. That could be sitting down. Let's have a look at some, just sitting down. Depends a little bit on the posture you've been working with. But it might be just like sitting down on the floor, breathing and feeling the body. This action of feeling the body is very, very important in bioenergetics, and it's often overlooked. It's a key element. So ensure when you're relaxing that you stay in your body feeling, and if you go off somewhere and space out, don't beat yourself up, just come back, breathe through the mouth, feel the body. Sitting down could be one, lying down could be another. So like lie down posture. You might just want to sprawl out, just try to surrender your whole body to the floor. Here I'm eyes closed, I'm breathing and I'm just feeling my body. Another posture, well let's look at another little take from it, because those are two classic kind of closing release postures, closing relaxation postures. But like I say, there's a whole a wave to really increase the release from the posture by also adding in an extra little element on the way down, so to speak, coming back to earth after the actual exercise. And that is to do a posture which can engage a little bit of spontaneous release for people. And we'll look at a few of those. So maybe you've been doing the bow and arch for like 20-30 minutes or something like that. You've come to the end. Before you go into this full kind of relaxation stage, you might want to try one of these postures, say. You could let your body shake, and actually a good shaking posture, don't need to raise my arms, is to have your feet about shoulder width apart and have the outsides of your feet roughly parallel. Bend your knees a little and just feel into your legs initially. Feel into your legs. You can have your eyes open or closed and see if there's like a natural shakiness there. I have quite a bit of energy in my body, so it's kind of easy for me, and it may take a while, and you can also fake it till you make it. But if you feel around the knee area in particular from the inside, sometimes you'll find like a natural kind of shakiness there, like your body it's almost like you're kind of suppressing it normally. That shakiness is useful. It allows a deeper level of natural release to come from your muscles, What's important when you do shaking is that it's not side to side shaking. That's a different kind of technique, but when we're using shaking to facilitate or to try and facilitate a natural release, you need to do it on the vertical. So that means bobbing up and down. Important points to note is that your neck should be loose, so your head can just bob up and down as well. Just relaxing and letting go. Remember, breathing through the mouth, breathing out through the mouth, feeling your body. So that's one way that we can, and from that then I could go to sitting, or I could just stand and feel my body, or I could lie down as a final closure. Another way that we can induce a little bit of kind of shakiness, shaking, is by working with, you saw this exercise if you did the psoas release. Let's look at doing, simply lying back with, let me do it slightly diagonally, hopefully you can see me okay. So my feet are touching, my knees are up, my body's relaxed, my eyes are closed, I'm lying on the floor with my palms facing up. And I gently separate my legs like they're coming just naturally apart. And I look for a point where there's a kind of natural shakiness. And I just stay on that point and allow it to come out. Just allowing my feet are gently touching, and I'm just finding a point where there's a natural vibration starts to come, and then it's like I'm mining that, I'm just allowing it to deepen. Maybe my body kind of rocks a little bit, I'll go side to side, I have to feel into it and see what it wants to do. You can see there's quite a shake that comes there. So those are a couple, and from that, actually, once I've done that for a few minutes at the end of the exercise, then I can just move to just lying back and relaxing. And even if you haven't been doing floor work, if you've been doing the bow and arch or whatever, or some other standing posture, you can still go to this at the end and give it a try and see if some natural release starts to come from your body at the end. Very often, like I say, you know, some of the deepest releases that we have tend to come right at the end when you do something like this. When you take yourself out of the rigor of the posture, maybe you've been doing the arch, sorry, the bow, you come out of it and you just lie down on the floor and do this for 5 minutes, you may find a natural shake, really releasing something from your body. This is also useful to add in for people who, if you know you cling on quite a lot from a mental level, you know, allowing this natural shaking helps your mind to release. You know, sometimes I'm doing the bow and I can feel the tension. My hands literally want to grip like I'm holding onto the edge of a cliff, you know, and it's good to allow my body to go there, you know, because that also supports it to release a bit more. But that's coming from my mind. It's coming from my mind. It's coming from a tendency to hold on. And if you've got a similar kind of thing going on in your own mind, it's good to add these little release postures in for a few minutes at the end. So you can do shaking like that, you can do this little lying on the ground shaking. You can also put like a yoga mat under your lower back if you want to try that. Usually when you start, it's good to just have your back lying on the floor like I was showing you. So, and when you've done that for a few minutes, of course, you use a full relaxation posture. But this is a great way to close the bioenergetic exercises. So start to integrate this into your daily bioenergetics work. Okay guys, I hope you find this video useful. If you've got any questions or observations, insights, that kind of thing, feel free to post them, and together we can do it, hey? Okay guys, I'll speak to you later.